In this video, we'll delve into the many layers of work and how it was, and perhaps still is, a significant chunk of your life. There's so much to write about here. Talk openly about your accomplishments. How else will you be remembered? Besides, you may be quick to boast about other people's successes, so why not do the same for the most important person in your life, you? Don't hold back on expressing your pride in your achievements. I've created these videos. I'm really proud of that. Detail your commitment to the products, to the firm, to the services, or to the causes. The job of raking lawns takes commitment. Raising a family takes commitment. Flipping burgers and palliative care takes commitment. Describe what commitment meant to you. What did you resist at work? Your annoying peers? Did you resist change in location or routine? Did you resist safety guidelines? Joe refused to wear a hard hat on the conveyor belt, and the teacher Sandy resisted the new state-by-state test rules back in the 90s. And what about your sacrifices of health, of family time, of travel, of dreams, and the sacrifice of your hobbies? Sitting at a desk all day played havoc with Robert's circulation. And Michael never got to go to Brazil to see his dad before he died because of work. And finally, describe your love for the job, for the money, for the self-fulfillment, and the social aspect. In your story about work, don't forget to talk about the day-to-day details like what time did you wake up, what transport did you use, what was your work attire, a uniform perhaps. When I worked in the bank in the 80s, I wore a turquoise crimpline skirt suit with a white button-up blouse. Charming. Was there any after-hours work to be done? Even though you had left the building, or your home office, or you had checked up on the sleeping children or balanced the books, was your work completed for the day? And even if it was, were you still mentally working? Could you switch it off, ever? Writers always seem to be switched on, right? Describe your work colleagues. The workplace is a mini cosmos of diverse personalities, some of whom are needed to create an effective team. Work colleagues can be selfish egotists, skeptics, visionaries, or the humble toilers. What category did you fall into? Try to cover the entire spectrum of people you worked with in the places where you spent so much of your time. Don't forget to write about others as you would like them to write about you. As you tell the stories about your jobs, reflect back to your childhood to uncover connections relating to your early play, your interests, your hobbies, and how they might have indicated what your choice of work would be. My childhood, for example, was spent teaching my dolls. I made books. I wrote out each of the lessons, and then I marked them and awarded gold stars for accuracy and handwriting. Describe your first job. Your first job may have been in the form of tedious chores with no pay. Then you may have hit the big leagues, working with the reward of a paycheck. Again, if you remember it, it's interesting and it should be written down. Were you a sales boy? A sales girl? Remember to adopt the terms used back then, like hostess, janitor, lifesaver, newsboy, secretary. Set the backdrop to your first job by describing what everything was like at the time. Tell readers how much you earned. What did you spend your money on? Did you save any? Did you receive any benefits or bonuses? Did anyone rely on you? Did you support a family or an animal perhaps? Bring in the senses when writing about jobs. The calamity of machinery on the conveyor belt, the pungent smell of whiteout after you kept making typing mistakes, the scrumptious taste of vinegary chips from Frank's chip wagon, the perfect braids you wove in your client's hair. Take us there. We want to sense what you sense. We want to go to work with you. Talk about what you did during your time off work, like tea breaks, lunch breaks, holidays. What were your hours, and did you clock in and out? Many finer points may seem trivial to you, but details on the mortar that hold your story together. Keep reminding yourself how interesting it would be to read about the daily work life of, say, one of your ancestors, for example. How your grandfather worked in the lumber yards in British Columbia, covering topics like your first job, work colleagues, paychecks, and time off. Expand your writing about work to encompass more than just packing a lunch and going to an office. Refuge collectors, running a home, ranchers, rolling socks, they're all jobs. The best way to appreciate your job is to imagine yourself without one, said the famous novelist Oscar Wilde.